back once more. We are here with Mr. Aaron Fields. He is indeed a beautiful book author and, of course, a children's author to be specific. And he is an early childhood consultant. Mr. Fields has been in the writing industry for quite some time. And, of course, he has been a master in the field of, childhood development, early human development, and early childhood disorder. He has also been a graduate from the University of Texas at Dallas, and he is here as your author and your consultant, with the annual authors retreat. We have never had someone from Dallas, and this year, God has given us this opportunity to embrace not just a book author, but a man of experience working with children from a tender age. And he will be sharing his knowledge and, of course, what we should expect from him in June. So we welcome you, Mr. Aaron. How are you doing today? Welcome back to the Lady Tracey Show.
Well, I'm doing well. Thanks for having me. This is definitely an honor and a privilege for being here. So I greatly appreciate you taking the time to invite me.
Thank you. You know what I honor mostly is the fact that you have been with us for a while, and we remember having you in 2021, I think, when we had that youth workshop in Jamaica. You were so faithful and humble to be a part of that project, even though it was just online, so it was mobile. Having you physically with us for the first time in this project is a phenomenal opportunity, and we know that you have something to share. But can you tell us, what to expect from Mr. Aaron Fields? What can we expect from you going forward for this annual authors retreat?
Most definitely. Well, a number of things. Definitely, at least on my end, bring a lot of fun and energy. More importantly, when it comes to education and any type of insight that I'm hoping I can be able to bring to y'all that could bring any type of refreshment. That could be how would I say, like a breath of fresh air. Anything that I'm willing to share, especially from a knowledge standpoint. And I'm hoping that could be very helpful as I come to this author's retreat. My whole goal is just to bring any type of gifts and talents that I may have and just try to serve it at the most optimal level that can make everyone else's life a lot better.
Yes, thank you so much. Early childhood is something a bit, tender and vulnerable. It takes a lot of skills, a lot of understanding, and of course, it takes that patience. But what can you say to our community, especially our church community, possibly our mothers or educators or caregivers, dealing with the youths, the young generation today? What can you say to them, especially going forward in dealing with the youth of, the youth at the tender age? What advice can you give them?
Well, absolutely. Well, some of the traits you mentioned earlier, Tracy, was spot on. And that's one of the things that I always encourage any caregivers or any professional that's working with children at any kind of capacity. When it comes to working with children, as you mentioned, it's definitely a very tender age. Not to go into too deep about it, but we look at things from a society standpoint. A lot of kids, they find themselves in a lot of troubling situations, and
Mhm.
a lot of it is stems from how they feel about themselves, whether it's behavior
Mhm.
issues, but whatever it comes down to it, it always comes down to ultimately them having some loss of identity within themselves, or not valuing themselves, or not really knowing who they are. A mixture
Mhm.
of other things. But when it comes to understanding children at that very tender age, it's very, I tell people all the time, it's very essential because, sometimes as we grow into adults, we find ourselves in a lot of bad situations. And sometimes those situations stems from things that we're exposed to at an
Mhm.
early age as a child. So it's one of those things I definitely like to help out and address, and hopefully possibly not just address those things, but put ourselves in a situation to where we could provide a lot of services for those children at an early age, so that way it
Mhm.
can alleviate any potential issues that children may face later on into adulthood.
Exactly, exactly. It can be a bit difficult when they are all grown up, filled with trauma, filled with tension, rage, and you cannot identify where it started. And I think that what you're bringing to us is very essential. And we do look forward to having you to really help us in, speaking to our parents, speaking to those that are really facilitating the young generation. And we thank you so much again for being available. Now, if persons would like to reach out to you, Aaron, where can they go to get your information, just in case they would like to follow your info?
Oh, most definitely. So from a social media standpoint, I'm definitely active on Instagram. My account profile is called Field 1701. You can be able to
Mhm.
find more information about me, especially regarding my books. Or if you were to
Mhm.
just Google me, if you just type in Aaron Fields, the Right
Mhm.
Perspective LLC, it will
Mhm.
show you a lot more of my business as well as all the books and the catalogs that I've written over the years. And I'll
Mhm.
kind of give you some insight as far as the books I write, as well as my professional background. And it kind of gives you all some insight as far as things that I do, and then hopefully it could lead to opportunities for me to provide more services based on
Mhm.
my educational background, the credentials, as well as the books and the works that I've done over the years.
Perfect. Thank you so much. So there you have it, listeners. The founder of Right Perspective LLC, Aaron Fields, he was here today to share with you a little bit about himself and what to expect, because I'm sure that we are all waiting and anticipating for June for our annual authors retreat. So thank you so much, Aaron. It was a pleasure having you with us. We're looking forward to meet you, to host you, and of course, to have some beautiful fellowship alongside our other authors. Thank you for your time and have yourself a wonderful day.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. Looking forward to seeing you all.